So just to let you guys know, this is the first time that Empire Builders is doing a webinar. The format is a little bit different, but we're super excited about it because it helps remind people and it creates a format where we can invite more people and hopefully have a better interaction. So what we're going to do is you guys are all muted and we'll stay that way unless you really kind of poke us like a bear and tell us you need to be unmuted. We are going to utilize the chat box. So as we're going through the presentation, please feel free to write down any comments, questions, anything in that chat box. Jessica is going to be interjecting here and there, and we will obviously answer all of those questions in the chat box at the end. Yeah, so just a little bit about me. Robin Phillips, I'm here in Charleston, South Carolina. I've been an agent worldwide for about 20 years, started in the Bahamas for 16 years, been here in Charleston for 8. And my husband and I, David, have a very small team here in Charleston. We do about 15 million a year in sales by ourselves and joined eXp 3 years ago because we really wanted that passive income. So we're excited to continue to train with you guys. And Jessica has been part of the Empire Builders as well. And I'm going to give her a minute or two to talk about herself.
Sure. Good morning, everybody. So nice to be here. Thanks for inviting me, Robin. Super excited to share all this with everyone. So my name's Jessica Nieto. We're based out of SoCal. We also have a small team. We specialize in real estate investments. So most of the stuff that we sell is either a flip or a rental for a client. Same thing on the buy side. We're typically focusing on real estate investments. And Robin invited me so I could actually introduce a little bit about the Express Offers platform later. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Also, I just wanted to say, Robin, about the Empire Builders group. This is the second one in a series that we've just kicked off. So Robin, what do we have coming up next week, just so we can get them interested as well and joining us every week?
Absolutely. So I'm looking at my phone because we've got like a little grid here of what's coming up. But every single week, the Empire Builders, one of the talented people on our team, are going to be sharing some stuff. Next week, Wednesday, the 24th at 12 p.m., Danae who's also from California, will be talking about marketing tips to build your brand and your image online. Danae is a fantastic marketer, like fantastic. So we're super excited about that. Karen Rawlings will be doing the 7 habits of highly successful salespeople. That is also posted in our Empire Builders workplace chat, but she's going to be going through all that in detail. And then of course, Dave Clark, who is a national coach, will be doing the power of questions on the next Wednesday. So every single
awesome week.
And here is a little information about us. Take it away, Jessica.
Yeah, so the Empire Builders group coming into eXp was so exciting. There's so many amazing, talented people that give to the company and contribute with training and education. But we've created this team that's kind of like your go-to plug-in. Like Robin, for example, has her business in a box. So if you want to really join a group that offers lots of weekly training, resources, if you need listing presentations, scripts, training of any sort, you've got some amazing, talented people. Just to mention, for example, Dave Clark, he's coming up in 2 weeks with his training on 2 Wednesdays from now. He's an internationally recognized as an innovative leader, trainer, and coach for the real estate industry. So some really talented, amazing people connected in this group. So we're excited to have you join us.
And today we are going to be talking about how to leverage the eXp platforms to create multiple streams of income. So most people are aware of revenue share. There are also a lot of other things that eXp does in general to allow us as agents to earn passive income. And as far as I'm aware, Glenn Sanford and eXp Realty is the only company that takes their internal platforms and kind of spreads them out to the agents and says, if we're going to earn money on this, you can earn money on this. So I think it's something super exciting and very unique to eXp Realty. So you've got little bios on us. So my big why is to inspire people to reach their unique greatness. I kind of discovered my why several years ago and thought eXp and the Empire Builders really helps me achieve that big why, which is giving back and helping every agent, kind of achieve whatever they want to achieve, whatever that is. Doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be my goal, but to help you guys achieve your unique goals. So the overview of the eXp platforms that provide passive income. So of course, number one, revenue share, we all know about it. We'll go into it a little bit in detail. America's Preferred Home Warranty, Intralend, Currency Direct, Utility Connect, Verbella, and Express Offers all allow you as the agent to earn income. So let's talk about how they all work. So revenue share, most of us know what that is. I'm going to kind of talk a little bit more in detail about that because I think there's some frequently asked questions that people are a little bit confused on. So number one, who pays the revenue share? Does it come out of the agent's commission or does it come out of eXp's portion? And as most of you know, we pay a 20% of each one of our GCI commission checks to eXp, which is called our cap. That ends at 16,000 because it is capped at 16,000 if you're an individual agent. So of that cap that we pay eXp, they pay a portion of that back to the agents as revenue share. It does not decrease the agent's 80% commission in any way, shape, or form. Next, do I get paid on every agent that names me as a sponsor? So the answer is yes. Every single agent that names you as a direct sponsor, meaning if Jessica names me as her sponsor, if John, if Sally, if Jane, it doesn't matter how many, you get paid on all of them every single month for every single deal they close. There is no holding pattern. There is no waiting period. You don't have to have a certain number of people on each level to get paid on that first level, everyone. If you have someone who is on your first tier or your first level, like let's say Jessica named me as her sponsor, Jessica's on my first tier. If Karen names Jessica as her sponsor, I will not get paid on Karen until such time as I have 5 people that have named me as their direct sponsor. And I'll go over that chart. So in essence, anyone that names you as a direct sponsor, you get paid for right away. Absolutely. And my favorite question ever is if eXp is paying out all of the cap, all $16,000, how is revenue share sustainable? And how does eXp pay their bills? So bottom line in all of this is that it takes 40 people that I have personally attracted to eXp for eXp to pay out all $16,000 of the cap. So there are not as many people that are interested in attraction as you may think. Most people, they're attracting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people a year. They're not attracting 100 people a year. So eXp has a lot of income that they are using to run the business. And Glenn Stanford and his team have committed to this being sustainable. And they have already adjusted how it's paid out and things like that to make sure that revenue share over time continues to be sustainable. And if you have any questions about that at all, give me a call and I can connect you to the right people to kind of reassure you on that. I know I hear it all the time. It can't last. So last one, isn't revenue share an MLM? So I did a little research on this. An MLM is kind of where there's not really a product sale happening, right? So an MLM is when I attract someone to sell a product, they then buy that product from me to then go out and sell. And instead of selling that product, they attract more people to buy that product from them to then go out and sell that product. So there's normally not a ton of sales happening. There are more people joining and just buying products. eXp is what's called network marketing, which sometimes gets confused with multi-level marketing. Network marketing is about collaboration. It's about bringing people in, yes, underneath you, and yes, to collaborate, and yes, to share income, but it is more about that end product being there. eXp is in the business of selling real estate. That is what all of our passion is, along with helping people. So all of us will continue to sell real estate. eXp will be continuing to focus on helping agents sell real estate. Hopefully that provides a little clarity. So I wanted to go over this.
I think, Robin, I just want to interject real quick and just add that I think it's also important just to look at how many other companies, other real estate companies, have profit sharing platform or programs like Keller Williams, for example. So the difference with eXp is a great point, is that the difference with eXp is that it is actual revenue share versus profit share. So it's before expenses go out. So,
well, in which for me is one of the most desirable things about it, because the office does not have to be profitable in order for me to earn income. And we all know, as you know, real estate businesses have, over time taken on more and more brick and mortar. That has been an issue in my previous office, where we just didn't have a lot of profit to share. So great
right.
point. So the tiers, I'm going to be very quick on this. You guys can call me and ask me questions. Expansion share, that first column there, I just want to make that clear to you guys. If you ever leave eXp, you will continue to get that revenue share. While you are at eXp, you will get the exponential share. And again, this is the AGCI, is the 20% up to 16,000 cap. So if you have 0 to 4 people on your first tier, you will receive 3.5% of the cap portion received by eXp on each agent's closed deals in that month. If you have someone that is on your second tier, right? So Jessica's on my first, Karen names Jessica, Karen is on my second tier. Once I have 5 people who have directly named me as a sponsor, I will be paid on Karen's deals at 3.8% of whatever the 20% is that she paid in to eXp in that month for her closings that month. So, and it goes down all the way to 7 levels. I'm just going to make a point that once an agent caps, right, you are no longer paid anything because eXp is not receiving anything, right? So for example, I think Jessica, you capped in 1 month.
It was a couple months, yeah, but
okay.
Yes.
So once Jessica caps, the person that is her sponsor is no longer going to be receiving income because eXp is not going to be receiving income.
Until it resets, right?
Thank you. Every year, absolutely. Okay, so here's our next way to earn passive income. So America's Preferred Home Warranty is the warranty company. Lots of agencies are partnered with a warranty company. I will say that Glenn Sanford's pretty picky about who he partners with. And I love America's Preferred Home Warranty for 2 main reasons that I want to point out to you. Number 1 is that you can choose your own inspector and you can choose your own contractor. For me, that's huge. I do not want the contracting company that is, or the contractor to come and repair my HVAC that is going to do the worst job ever, and I'm going to be charged $75 each time they come out. I want to be able to choose my person who I know is going to fix it and is going to do it right. Number 1. Number 2, America's Preferred Home Warranty provides 2 levels of insurance. 1 for your client. So a year after the sale, if anything comes up and your client gets sued, the seller gets sued, America's Preferred Home Warranty has coverage for them. It also is you, the agent. So if your buyer, your seller, whoever gets upset about the inspection or anything else, that America's Preferred Home Warranty has insurance coverage for you, the agent, for anything that was undisclosed, that the inspector couldn't find, all these little things that may or may not come up. So love America's Preferred Home Warranty. I have a link.
Yeah, I want to make one point. Oh, Robin, sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
I wanted to just make a super valid point about why I love America's Preferred Home Warranty and what they offer to the agent. Because your question might be, well, I have E&O insurance, but with E&O insurance, there's still a deductible. So how that covers you is that America's Preferred Home Warranty, correct me if I'm wrong, Robin, but I believe it's that they'll actually pay the deductible for the E&O insurance if there's a claim. So that's super valuable.
It really is. And for your clients too.
Absolutely.
An inspector doesn't always catch everything. So here's a link to their website at the bottom. As with most home warranty programs, you get a check every single time you close a deal with America's Preferred Home Warranty for $50. Okay, IntroLend. So IntroLend is a a separate company, wholly owned by eXp. I believe it. Jessica, do you know if I believe it's wholly owned, isn't it?
By eXp World Holdings, I believe
Yes.
so.
Yes. Okay.
We'll fact check that.
Yeah. So IntraLend is, I kind of think of it as like lending tree, right? So you have to put 3 lenders into the system and they all bid on your buyer's loan. So your buyer goes in there and says, I want a loan. This is who I am, my credit rating, whatever. Then these lenders bid on it. The lender that they choose, hopefully, is the one that gives them the best deal. But at least it gives them that choice right away. The cool thing about IntraLend is it really is a win-win for everybody. So it can be a win for the lender because they have more opportunities than they would have any other way, because once they become part of IntraLend, they have an option to not only be the sponsor or the lender for your people, but for other people as well. And you can select your lender to be the first one to have the opportunity. So for example, I have a lender I love. I use her all the time. She is fantastic. She can get all of those leads first. So she has the first opportunity to give them the deal. The second thing is that you as the agent, through the company that provides the platform for IntraLend, you can get leads from this platform. So this is a way for us to also generate leads. At the top, you see that you can receive a quarterly dividend or profit distribution for your percentage of ownership in the company. So let me take a second to talk about how that works. So IntraLend is RESPA compliant. I get this question all the time. How can that be RESPA compliant? Because we as the agents can't get paid. There's an investment company that owns IntraLend that is wholly owned by eXp World Holdings. We are investing in that investment company. We are not paid based on the amount of GCI that we close. We are paid based on the number of units or shares that we own in that company. You have to pass some qualifications in order to invest in IntraLend. And those are a number of years that you've been in the business, whether you are an accredited or non-accredited investor, and you have to complete some training. Jessica, what is the difference between accreditor and non-accredited investor? Do you know?
Yes, I believe you have to have a certain amount of assets, like $250,000.
Okay.
Certain amount of cash on hand.
Okay. So I know that if you've only been in real estate for a year or two, you can invest at one level in IntraLend. If you've been in real estate for, I think, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, you're allowed to invest more in IntraLend. And you are paid based on the entire company, which is not quite national. It's opening up. I think it's open in about 20, 25 states right now. But you are paid on the entire company, not just your state or your city.
And Robin, it's 200,000. So they just want to make sure you have enough net worth that you're not spending your whole paycheck on, investing. So it's to protect people in the marketplace.
That makes total sense. Okay. And
this one's exciting. Oh, you're going into currency?
Yeah, take it away.
Oh no, go ahead, Robin.
Oh.
You're all prepped.
So Currency Direct has been around for a really, really long time. And I always wondered why eXp really even cared about this. So in case you guys did not know, right now we can earn international rev share, and you can earn it in your local currency. So if I attract someone in Germany, that rev share can be paid to me in US dollars. So I am now realizing why eXp started Currencies Direct or Currency Direct is because they wanted to handle the exchange on all of this rev share. So super exciting for us. However, Currency Direct, you can earn basically a commission on the transfers. It's up to $500 for a $250,000 transfer, and it goes up from there. Just a couple of high points about Currency Direct. This is a very secure system. It has some of the best exchange rates. You can get a discount as an eXp agent on any currency exchanges that you do for yourself personally. And then it's super easy. And you know that the transfer is going to happen, and you know it's being taken care of end to end, and you stay involved in the process. So I know that Glenn Sanford is trying to create, really that whole network of that cloud-based experience for your clients. And this is just another way to take away the paper, to not have to drive to a bank, to really create that smooth, seamless transaction, even globally now. And again, here's their website down here. Okay, Utility Connect. If you guys have been closing some deals in the US, you may have gotten a call from your client that said, this strange person from eXp has called me and said that they want to set up my utilities for me. So really, without doing anything, this company is reaching out to your buyers to help them change their electricity, phone, gas, television, security, all of that good stuff. And they will do it free of charge. Anything that they do connect, you get a commission of 15%. So this is a great way for you to get just a small passive income. Your clients love it because they're getting all of that taken care of for them. They even do mail forwarding. They'll even send them packing materials. They'll arrange movers for them. I mean, I have had a lot of success with this.
Robin, I want to add one thing. The funniest thing is, as a listing agent, I primarily list properties versus working with buyers. And each time the buyer agent will say, right, because it's on their to-do list, can you send me all the utility companies? Sure. No, happy to. But what an amazing way to also connect others with using this Utility Connect, even if it's not your buyer client. So
I love that, Jessica. That is such a great idea. And that's something you could even send to your closing coordinator, which I think I'll do right after we hang up.
Right. Have them call these guys. Love that.
Okay, so Virbela, you all know pretty much what Virbela is, but again, this is the company that developed the software that is what we now see as our eXp world. We bought this company early on in eXp's history, and that Virbela company is now kind of branching out, thanks to COVID, to provide this same platform to tons of other companies who are not able to meet in person. So the two things that we have at eXp that I want you guys to be aware of is, number one, we have private team offices. And number two, we have team suites. And the cool thing about this is you can create for yourself, your team, your organization, your mentors, your whoever, your level ones, whatever it is, a meeting area that's private to you. And only with a password can they get into this suite. And it's really kind of fun. It has couches and conference rooms and all kinds of stuff in there. You can even have a private campus. A private campus would be something for, let's say, a company that would want their own set of office, an outsourced separate company other than eXp. In either case, you can earn a 25% commission from anyone that you sell this product to. And Virbela wants very much to grow this business, particularly with all of the at-home work and remote learning that people are doing even in college. So at the bottom here, you have to sign up, you have to become a sales affiliate, you have to go through training, they want you to know what you're doing. On the right-hand side is the Team Suites link. So if you are interested in jumping into a team suite at eXp or creating one, you can jump on that link as well.
I love Virbela. So exciting.
I do too. And I'm just for funsies. So I don't know if any of you have, but at the bottom, if you go to the go-to and you go all the way down to the bottom, it has something called Fun Places. So in our eXp world, you can go boating, you can play soccer, you can go to the beach. So for fun, I had a client meet me. Now she's a very good client, meet me in the eXp world. And we sat on a table that had an umbrella overlooking the water. And we had our meeting, the two of us overlooking the water. It was the most hilarious, fun thing.
How fun.
Yeah. And even people that I'm attracting, sometimes I'll take them into the world and there's someone in the info area kicking a soccer ball around or some person dancing. So Virbela has certainly made it fun for us to interact with each other. Okay. So Express Offers is our iBuying platform. Jessica, the level of investment that she does is huge. If you guys were able to attend her last class, which was amazing, you would know that she does so much investing. All of the map that you put up that showed how much that you had done really blew my mind. So we're so lucky to have her on this call. So tell us a little bit about express offers.
Sure. I love express offers. Really excited to share it with you guys. You know, the biggest thing is one is getting comfortable with who the iBuyer is. So, you know, many of you know what this is. You've come across them. You're hearing about them all the time, how they compete with agents in the market. So iBuyer is an instant buyer. So that's an instant or internet buyer, some people might call them, but instant buyer offering solutions. And the iBuyers, there's the big box ones. You've got Zillow, Open Door, OfferPad. You know, they obviously have a decent market share, but there's a huge market share there that we can tap into. So, so the questions that you put on here are great too, Robin, just to kind of run through it quickly and answer these. How do I know if my listing will qualify and what is a buy box? So the great thing about express offers is that it's a complete software platform. So you have to have a space where you as the agent can go in and actually see who the buyers are. So who are the buyers? These are all buyers that have been vetted by eXp, meaning they've been onboarded. They have shown proof of funds. They've done all the work of sort of all these relationships that you have to manage with all of these investors. Instead, eXp has done all of that work. So all that you have to do is go on into your platform and you can say, okay, I'm in North Carolina. And look, there's 6 buyers that are buying here actively, that are vetted and ready to go. And it'll show you what their buy boxes are. So you could say, oh, look, this guy's looking for rentals. He wants a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This guy's looking for flips. This gal's looking for, you know, either one or new, land to build new construction. So it's going to tell you what they're looking for. So the biggest piece of this is you want to know how does it benefit you as the agent, and how does it benefit your client? So those are the questions that every agent's going to have. And then how do you execute it? So that's what the platform has done for you, is it's helped you piece all of that together. So one, how does it benefit your client? So when you go into your listing appointment, you know, current scenario, without knowing how to introduce an iBuyer to your client, you go to your listing appointment and your client says, okay, well, that's great. I really think that's a good idea on how you're going to market my property. However, what's up with Zillow? Like, how does that work? You know, tell me how that works. And you're like, well, Zillow, they're just going to give you a low offer on your house. So if that's the approach you have, you may find that you lose clients to that iBuyer, because maybe they're okay paying the convenience fee because they want to sell their house so they could buy another house and not be contingent in another market when they relocate. So instead, bringing that iBuyer offer. So you go to your listing appointment and you say, hey, look, I've got some options for you. So I've researched, a little bit about your house. And the great thing is that we actually have buyers that are ready to make an offer, a cash offer. They can close as quickly as 7 days. They're not going to ask for any repairs. And we can bring you 3 or 4 of those offers. And we can also show you what a traditional sale would look like. So is that of interest to you? So they're like, oh, wow, I don't need to go anywhere else. So when they see the commercial on their TV, they see the billboard when they drive by, they receive the call and the postcards from those iBuyers. Instead, you as the agent, you're bringing that to them. So it definitely benefits your client because it creates more options for them, and some flexibility with their strategy. But for you as the agent, the other important piece about this platform is that so they do have a consumer facing website, Robin, like expressoffers.com.
Okay.
So they're obviously generating leads as well. What they do with those leads is eXp is not purchasing the homes. So we're just using this platform to connect the agent with the seller and then to the instant buyer offer. So those leads that come into eXp actually also go to the agent. Okay, 123 Main Street, Bob wants to sell this home. Okay, let's connect them with a local buyer in that market. The agent then goes to the appointment. You could call it a listing appointment. It's really just an appointment because you're going to offer them instant cash offers. And then you're also going to be able to potentially just list their home the traditional route when they find out that that cash offer really isn't netting them or giving them the best solution that benefits them. So the next thing, so answers a little bit about how you could get leads. Can I use the platform for fix and flips? We're actually on the platform as well. My partners, Brian Brook, I think, is on the call. We are actually on the Express Offers platform as eXp agents in a couple markets as an investor, which is awesome. And then earning passive income. So how do you earn income from Express Offers? So say you have a buyer, a great buyer in your market, but you understand that the key in selling to them is having inventory, which is tough. So, bringing inventory to your buyer is a lot of work. So one way that you can connect them with more inventory that isn't necessarily yours is to bring them onto the platform. So you could say, hey, Terry Jeffries at the eXp kind of manages part of that, the platform and the system. You could say, hey, Terry, I've got this buyer. They're great. They're doing fix and flips. They're pretty aggressive. Can I bring them onto the platform, and how does that work for me? So you'll bring them to the platform. They'll be onboarded. They'll fill out their buy box. So say another agent at eXp brings a property to the platform, there is a fee, much like if you purchase a property on like auction.com or Hubzu, there's a platform fee that the buyer pays, the seller doesn't pay it, and you'll get a portion of that fee. So every time they buy a house through the platform, you as the agent, even though you didn't bring them the property, you're going to make a fee from that as well. So super exciting. Last thing I wanted to touch on was the training. So even if you're a very experienced agent and you do lots of traditional sales, you work mostly with retail buyers, maybe you haven't sold a ton of investment properties, eXp has also created an entire training certification program so that you can get more comfortable just with the narrative, how to go to introduce this to your client. They've created listing, listing presentations specific to this platform, flyers, marketing pieces, et cetera. So it's really like an end-to-end business that's plug and play on how you can connect more with real estate investments in your market. So,
and I did find out as well that if you bring your seller to this iBuyer platform, that seller can still pay you the normal commission, the normal negotiated commission.
Correct. So you still make your commission,
which is very unique. I do know that at least Keller Williams iBuyer platform, the agents get zero commission. If you take them to Keller Offers or whatever it's called, you make no money on that at all. It's just a value add for your client. Whereas in true eXp style, it's, how are we going to make sure that this revenue passes as well to the agents?
And the relist too. So we can talk more about that if anyone has questions about the platform. But a lot of the buyers on the platform are actually offering the relist of that property once they fix it up and it's ready to go. So super exciting.
It is super exciting. And it's awesome that we have all of this in-house. So wiki. Okay. So other preferred partners. So I wanted you guys to be aware of some of the partners that we have and why I think they're really awesome. So eXp 360 Tours, you guys, I'm sure you've heard of this. The two things, okay, they do virtual tours, they do floor plans, they do photography, so does everybody else. Listen to this, okay? Not only do they do virtual staging, they do virtual renovation. So if you have a property that's maybe a little dated, and we all know that everybody wants something move-in ready, buyers have zero vision, right? You can go in there and have them virtually renovate the property. So you have those pictures of what it looks like now, and you have the pictures of what it could look like with a renovation. I don't even know of a company who does that. I love it.
I didn't even know it did that. I'm learning a lot on this call.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And of course, if you refer someone to eXp 360 Tours, you get a referral fee. The CE shop, which is we all have to do continuing education, just know that if you go through the eXp CE shop, you always get a 30% discount. Right now it's 45% off plus free shipping. So Build a Sign just does a great job at giving us all discounts. Silver Line Title, I really want to point this out to everybody. A lot, particularly in South Carolina, we use attorneys. The attorneys have their own title companies. They're making a ton on title. Okay. When I first closed my first deal, I'm like, how does this attorney do all this work for $400? Well, it's because they own the title company, right? And in many states, real estate agents have also gone into title because they want to get the back end of the title. So Silver Line Title is the first title company that I know of that is going to farm this out to all the different title companies. So you're going to use the same title, back-end title insurance companies that your attorney is using, except for the fact that it's part of eXp World Holdings. So the better they do, the better our stock does. But it's also paperless, and it's a wholly owned process that you can be aware of. Again, you're handling the process, you're involved in the process. There aren't any hiccups. Like, how many times, I don't even know that I've gone to a closing and oops, the title work didn't come back in time, or the closing has to be pushed because title's not back. If your attorney is not ordering it soon enough, right, or the title company's not ordering it soon enough, then it falls back on you as the agent. So I love Silver Line Title, and they're open, I believe, in at least half the states in the US. So something possibly to look into. Young Alfred, brand new, silly name, great company. They do all types of insurance, home, auto, pet, like even some of the silliest things. If you go to their website, you'll see all the different types of insurance they do. We just looked into them for our auto insurance, and it's almost like a Progressive where they compare. And we ended up with Travelers for our auto insurance, which I never would have thought to call at all. And we saved about $250 a month through Young Alfred. So
How new is this, Robin? Did this just come out? I wasn't
yeah,
even aware of this.
it's like a month old.
Wow.
Maybe.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. And as eXp agents get special rates through them as well. So if you're doing it for yourself, I like this for my clients because I can just say, okay, I'm going to send you to Young Alfred, and all of a sudden you have a ton of quotes. You know, they're the best quotes. You know, they're vetted companies. You're not sending to them to random people or worrying about where do I get these quotes for them. Agent healthcare. Jessica, I know that you've saved a ton of money, as have I, with this. Will you just touch a little bit on Clearwater?
Yeah, I was skeptical. We were super excited just to see what they had to offer. And I've heard from a lot of agents that if it doesn't work for you or you're not going to save money, they're not really hard. They're not hard sales people at all about it. They really come from a place of just trying to provide some solutions. I don't know if I should even share like what we saved, but I think it's relevant. But we saved over $500 a month on our health insurance, which is I'm excited about. So I think it's definitely worth having an option. And eXp was able to leverage, I believe probably because of the volume, maybe of people that potentially would go with them. They were able to get a discount, negotiate a discount for eXp. So eXp is not paying any part of the healthcare, but they're able to offer a discount to eXp agents and employees. It's awesome.
Yeah. And I have had some serious health issues in the last couple of years, as some of you may know. And with this insurance, I would have saved $20,000 in my care. And I pay less per month. And if I can pay less per month and potentially save $20,000, it's a really big deal. And they still do have free preventative care as well. So.
And they also, just one quick thing that I found very interesting was that they offer something called an expert opinion. So it's a group of doctors and experts to look at, like, give a second look at whatever, your doctor says. And I talked to a gal where she was diagnosed with cancer, and they're like, well, it's not a big deal. Like maybe, 6 months of therapy, nothing major or rigorous. And she got this second opinion, and this doctor caught on the same, slides or whatever they were, a second form of cancer.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was a crazy story. So she had a second form of cancer that would have killed her. and they actually caught it and were able to treat her. And it was a much more tougher process for her. But after a year, she was, I just couldn't believe that story. So it's a pretty cool, interesting thing. And you can choose any doctor in the entire country. So if there's somebody that you want to go that's outside of, you know, in any network, that's a really, really valuable thing, I think, for a lot of people these days. With, you know, something serious comes up, you want to make sure you're getting the best care. So
Absolutely. And for example, if you have not had cancer, I have, so I don't have this coverage, but if you have not had cancer, if that person were with Clearwater and they had chosen the $1,000 per incident deductible, they would have paid $1,000 for all of their cancer treatment until they were 12 months cancer free.
wow, that's
I mean,
amazing.
that's unbelievable. So yeah, pretty amazing program. Definitely worth looking at. Does, as Jessica said, doesn't fit everybody, but BombBomb. A lot of you know what BombBomb is. It's video emails. We get a great discount with BombBomb. RPR, everyone keeps telling me I need to deep dive into this because it is the most amazing thing ever. I still have not done it. If any of you want to teach a class on it, if you know anything about it, I would love to hear about it, because we get RPR for free. So, and then brand new, we now have a discount with Verizon. I put this,
Whoop, whoop.
I know, right?
The lady at Verizon didn't believe me. She said, I don't think so. And I said, no, I got an email. And sure enough.
I love that. So yeah, I put the link there just so y'all can look at it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got on here enterprise. You can go to the education calendar, live classes in the preferred partners. You can also click on preferred partners in eXp Enterprise for an overview of all of this.